I love to fly fish. Nothing is more relaxing to me than standing in the middle of a stream high in the mountains. I'll take my rod, I'll tie on an irresistible fly, and on a good morning, I'll catch and release at least a dozen fish. I might take 2 or 3 home for dinner as well. But it seems that every fly fisherman has his favorite spot, usually a place with a deep pool on a river and one monster trout inside of it who seems to always evade my best efforts to catch him. I've often wondered, what makes that 1 in a million fish so smart, so aware, so cunning that it manages to grow large and avoid being caught, cleaned, sauteed, and served? Intuitively, a monster trout seems to know the real from the counterfeit. Similarly, I've known many pastors in my life, but only a few manage to grow large and avoid every lure in a lifetime of service. Far too many pastors fail in the ministry because they cannot stop themselves from swallowing one of the most dangerous of lures. In fact, I'm certain that this lure tempts you today. This lure has a name, and it's called busyness. It's really attractive. If those of us in ministry aren't careful, we can easily fall victim to the world's message that says, the busier you are, the more valuable you are. And if you're not being productive, you must be wasting time. Paul told young Timothy to reject profane fables, but instead discipline yourself for the purpose of godliness. Think of the world's fables that bombard us every day. Buy this, do this, fix this, eat this, own this, use this. And after doing so, at the end of it all, you're left empty and devoid of God. Chuck Swindoll once said, discipline is control gained by enforced obedience. It is the deliberate cultivation of inner order. Oh, I like that. And for most of us, the purpose of godliness would be better served not by doing more, but by lingering more, walking more, musing more, and praying more. It was said of Jesus that he would often rise early, long before daylight, depart to a solitary place, and there he would pray. I wonder if he would be thought of as lazy and unproductive for that practice today. If Jesus made prayer such a priority, wouldn't we do well to do the same? Let's realize it's not only the world who gives profane fables. I hear the same message sometimes coming from well-meaning ministries and people saying, do more, give more, evangelize more, teach more, attend more. And unfortunately, those voices can come from good-hearted people sitting in your own church. I have found that it takes my greatest discipline to do nothing and to be still before God. Isn't it true it takes training to unclutter our lives? It takes focus to slow our pace and surrender to release our grip on what we hold so dear. And yet, for those of us called to speak for God, Pastor, we must spend time with God. Paul encouraged the Corinthians by comparing their divine purpose to a race. He wrote, Do you not know that those who run in a race will all run, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may win. Allow me to paraphrase this, okay? Do you not know that there are many purposes competing for your allegiance, but only one can win you over? Live for that one purpose that God has called you to. But that purpose is less about getting the job done. It's more about keeping your eyes on the prize of Jesus. I want to elaborate a little bit more on this whole subject in our next video. And this I know for certain, Pastor. If your eyes are on the prize, you won't fall for every shiny lure that the world throws at you. Live long and live large, just like that monster trout living in my favorite fishing hole.